Well, for more, Gerald Feierstein, the former U.S. ambassador to Yemen and senior vice president at Middle East Institute in Washington, D.C., joins me now. Thank you so much for your time for TRT World. Well, let's start with what is the significance of these latest attacks?
Well, I think that there are two things. One, of course, is that following the agreement on Hodeidah and the relative stability of the situation around that port city, the Houthis have tried to expand their operations farther into the south, an area that they had been more or less pushed out of a few years ago. And then secondly, of course, it raises doubts about the security of Aden and the ability of the Southern Transitional Council and other elements in the South to maintain security, even though they had been confident before that they had achieved that objective.
And how much pressure will these latest attacks put on Saudi Arabia to pull out of Yemen?
Well, I don't think that they'll put pressure on the Saudis to pull out. I think that it will only reinforce the concerns that the Saudis have had about the ability of the Yemenis to undertake security measures against the Houthis and to ensure that the Houthis aren't able to establish a pro-Iranian regime in Yemen that threatens their security.
And what does this mean then for the deal that was reached in Sweden in December last year?
Well, again, I think that it raises doubts about the UN strategy. And the fact of the matter is that in the 8 months that have gone by since the Stockholm Agreement was announced, we really haven't seen very much progress towards further steps to end the conflict or to have the parties return to the negotiating table. And many Yemenis are concerned that what the result of the Stockholm Agreement has been is that it's freed up the Houthis to try to expand operations into areas that had been relatively calm until now.
Okay, thanks so much for your insight, Gerald Feierstein, a former U.S. ambassador to Yemen.